to give sogit. Yeah.
So
But that is not denda.
Yeah.
It's for they called it untuk to kasih sejuk supaya ada perdamaian.
Mesti ada damai.
Yeah.
Reconciliation.
So in peace,
Reconciliation.
reconciliation in a peaceful way.
Kodewan Tadau Tagazodo Kaamatan, Kopi Sanangan, Kopi Fosian. Welcome to another episode of the Sabah Matters Podcast, brought to you by Daily Express. Dexter, there's obviously a reason why we're wearing a more traditional attire, right? So what do we have today?
We have a special Kaamatan episode this time, all right, where we will be talking more about the Harvest Festival, all right, from a different point of view, okay? So Ade, I think you can introduce our guest.
Yeah, we have none other than Ellyanti Nelson, who is the president for the Unduk Ngadau Association, and Steve Mositun, also KTCA Youth Council. So it's nice that we have a perspective also from what goes on with these levers, these people of action who participate actively in organizing the festivities, the Kaamatan, Unduk Ngadau, and what so on and so forth. So where can we start here, Dexter? I mean, maybe I can ask questions to both of you, terus lah. Personal one, we open lah sikit. What does Kaamatan mean to both of you?
Okay.
Ellyanti, maybe you can tell us what is so important about Kaamatan to you?
Right. Me first.
Yeah, you first.
Okay. Well, for me personally, Kaamatan is actually, if we look back at our ancestors, how do they celebrate Kaamatan? Is about Thanksgiving. Okay, it's about Thanksgiving, and then after, harvesting the paddy, and then right after all those activities, and then they all gather in that kampung, in the community, and then celebrating to thank about the whatever how do I say hasil along the year. So as for me, it's about celebrating Kaamatan is about understanding the value, understanding the culture in it, and to celebrate together with everyone without leaving our ancestors' heritage. Yeah.
Steve?
Okay, maybe I'll add on some from the word Hongkot Khoisaan, which means everyone gather together in one place, which means we are celebrating in unity despite of all our differences in terms of culture in Sabah. Yes, that's for me.
Oh, okay. So you feel it's a unity thing for Kaamatan?
Yes.
Okay. I think we should start off with one of the issues that we are facing today, which is modernization, right? And how do we balance modernization and cultural preservation? Because a lot of young people right now, like KOLs or influencers, they are not really, they're more focused on promoting brands or products during Kaamatan, right? Rather than the true meaning of Kaamatan. So what are your thoughts on this? How can we actually move forward, right, in a modern society while trying to promote our local cultures? Maybe we can start with
Me.
or
Ladies
Steve. Who'd
first.
like to take this?
Okay, well, we are not saying that modernization is an enemy of our culture, but what is, I think, should be our concern is the meaning behind the culture that is forgotten. Yeah. So another thing about commercialization. Gitulah kalau dusun kan. Dia tidak boleh sebut.
Tidak salah.
About the commercialization. So I think I have no issues about it. It's just that when the Steve sebut commercialization becomes harmful, I think when the profit overshadowed the heritage and the values of every culture that you're trying to commercialize. Yeah. So again I say Kaamatan is must remain enrooted of our identity, the unity, as Steve says, and our tradition, and we as a younger generation will be more appreciative if we understand the core values of our culture. Yeah.
What's the question again?
How do we balance?
How do we balance?
Modernization and preserving our cultures?
Okay. When we say about modernization, I think it's how we utilize and use whatever tools there is right now. For example, TikTok, all this platform, Facebook, Instagram, and so on. So, despite many people trying to promote brands, like you were saying, this is where we have all our youth-centered events. Just like yesterday, ISEP. It's an international traditional and also shared dancers, singing competition by the students through Jabatan Pendidikan. So what I'm trying to say is, when we have a focus event that can be highlighted into a good content, that can also help in preserving our identity, our activities throughout people outside.
Okay.
So jumping on just a bit deeper here when it comes to the kind of content, right?
Yes.
I think this year we're seeing a lot of AI generated content,
True.
right? And that's a symptom of the modernization we have now.
Yes.
I think we have so many AI generated songs, AI generated posts. Suddenly everyone jadi expert pasal
Yes.
culture ni, semua jadi
Yeah.
like, tulis essay dalam Facebook very long.
Semua pandai lah.
So tiba-tiba semua pandai
Semua
kan.
pandai.
Saya pun sedar juga tapi nampak, oh wow, suddenly everybody is an expert. How do you feel about all this AI generated content floating around on social media, which I don't know, maybe it helps spread the word, but also at the same time, there's a chance that it could misconstrue or misunderstand the meaning of Kaamatan or the cultural nuances here.
Okay. Is
Well-
it me? You first?
I first.
Okay.
Well, Kaamatan is evolving, culture is evolving, but I think it should be evolved responsibly by protecting the souls of it. So if we are to help the Kaamatan, whatever culture and knowledge, it should be managed responsibly, not by misuse of all these tools to enhance whatever culture that you have now. Kan, Steve?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, yes, very interestingly, I agree with Adi. Everyone seems to be expert when ChatGPT has suddenly stormed the world. So everyone knows what they're writing. But for me personally, when just an example, I know this person, suddenly he can write flawlessly. But when you meet, he suddenly couldn't speak. The point is, he might use AI to enhance what he write or what he create in terms of songs, in terms of images. But end of the day is how, for me, is to direct them to the right information is still, since I'm a part of KDCA, follow, like, share the official page of KDCA or even Undok Ngadau to get the most updated and also the correct information when we talk about culture. Because for me, the strength of AI is to have database. The more people write, we just hope that the database in the AI system would be accurate as possible, not the other side.
Okay. Has there been any false information that has? I'm sure there are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you translate the Dusun language in say ChatGPT, the translation is
Yes.
Very often.
very off.
Okay.
Can't relate at all.
True.
Okay. I see.
Yeah.
Well, that means there's a responsibility on everyone who's
Yeah.
posting to make
Yes.
sure that the information goes out is correct.
True.
Right? So is that the same case for like the Undok Ngadau? Like, let's go back to what happened to the Johor
Okay.
Ngadau. Okay. Because of what happened with
Yeah.
social media posting in Thailand. So she relinquished her title. Do you think there's a lot of pressure also on the contestants? Maybe from the councils,
Okay,
from
Steve, come on.
social media bashing them, or why are you doing these sort of activities? Right?
Yeah.
Okay, since I've been involved with Undok Ngadau State for 3 years, personally for me, when a contestant and also each of KDCA's district KDCA. This is including 6 in the Peninsular Malaysia and 1 in Sarawak. So one of it is how the Undok Gadau community need to make them understand their responsibility, especially when we have a winner, which means all the terms and conditions are actually there. Sometimes people don't understand, but for me, it's not right or wrong, but it's the responsibility to make them understand that in one period of time, especially when they represent a district, is their responsibility to post whatever, to do whatever, really in a manner as Undok Gadau image. Okay. It's not only theirs. The pressure is there. The pressure is real because I always give them talk. Now, when you are here, especially the finalists for the state, responsibility is not a joke. It's really pressure. So I think that pressure will make an individual grow and also reflect the best image, not only for them, for the family, but also the entire community of the Kadazan Dusun.
Well, as for me, talking about Undok Gadau, I don't think I can comment about the Johor case last 2 years, is it? Yeah. But talking about the Undok Gadau institution, so as for me personally, I think Undok Gadau institution should be preserved as a very respected, how do I say, institution lah kan. So and how to preserve this institution is by making sure all the contestants, not just in the district level but also in the state level, and back to our family institution as well. How do we preserve all this? Like as in our family, for example, if we want to emphasize one rule to our children, the first thing you need to do is to make sure your children not just understand but by heart the rules. Same goes to the community and Undok Gadau. If you want them to really understand about the responsibility, about the disciplines or whatever, you need to make sure the delivery is understood by the participants.
True.
Everyone. So I think again, from my perspective again, to deliver all this, the how do I say, kerjasama from all people, from all of us are needed. Bukan kerja satu orang, kan?
True.
So we are together in this, and I think another thing that we need to emphasize in making sure all these things are not repeated in the future is that whatever happen in our culture, sebab kita juga ini our own people, fairness, transparency, and also allowing people to justify or to explain about the situation, like allowing them, give them a space to explain lah about whatever incident. I think should be considered as well. Yeah, and yeah, that's about it lah.
You mentioned fairness, transparency, but what other expectations are there of Undok Gadau or even Mr. Kaamatan? I mean, of course, Undok Gadau is derived from the folktale and the myth and the legend, right? But now when we look at the competition, what is expected of these participants, and is it oftentimes properly communicated to them? Do they come in knowing that these are the things expected of me as a participant, or is it something that maybe we need to emphasize more?
I think we believe that our elders and also the organizers been doing it for many years. It's just that maybe because human being.
Yes.
Sometimes we forget about all, like when we are very excited about things, and then we forgot about what was being told by our elders about all these rules and so on. But again, I said it's our responsibility together to making sure our Unduk Ngadau and the community to be always aware about it. Yeah, especially our elders, us.
True.
Yeah, that already been in this culture for quite some time. Yeah.
Okay. Is it quite often that there are like disciplinary actions or warnings given to?
Very seldom juga kan?
They will have, but we will do it internally.
Okay.
But in certain extreme cases, I think there are times that defensive measure need to be taken, because end of the day, just like people say, jangan pasal satu orang semua orang rusak.
Okay.
So there are certain measures.
Yeah, but if you think about how our ancestors lah, orang dulu, macam mana diorang, how do they emphasize all these moral values, regulation and so on kan? If say someone breach any of those, what they do is
Sogit lah.
to give sogit. Yeah.
So
But that is not denda.
Yeah.
It's for they called it untuk to kasih sejuk supaya ada
Yeah,
perdamaian.
mesti ada damai.
Yeah.
Reconciliation.
So in peace,
Reconciliation.
reconciliation in a peaceful way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's part of it that we are not really practicing
Yes.
anymore
True,
nowadays,
true,
kan?
true.
Yeah.
I see. So when it comes to ethical practices, let's try go into monetary terms lah. All right. So do you think that there are certain parties that are trying to monopolize, taking advantage of the festival, maybe? So like, for example, if we have a brand coming in, they want to promote during Kaamatan festival. Do you think there are certain people that are saying, you have to go through us first if you want to set up your brand or reach the audience here? Is this practice going on, do you think?
Okay.
Ada juga ini.
Yeah.
Ada juga.
For me,
Not just in I would say not just in product or whatever they want to promote to commercialize or what, but also in the small community it happens.
Okay.
Yeah, kan Pre? Coba.
so we look at what level we are talking about. What I mean is, are we talking about promoting brand during Kaamatan in KDCA, which is the highlight of the 15 days, or is it through the district? So it depends on level. It depends on level. So if we are talking about promoting brand marketing during Kaamatan festival, during the state celebration in KDCA, yes, there are brands that try to come in and try to sell whatever values that maybe they can work together with the spirit of Kaamatan. They will have one body who will look into account, and we will discuss internally whether or not this so and so brand is suitable during the celebration.
Okay. So it's like a vetting process.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Kaamatan is a very big celebration festival. Of course, definitely the businesses and also the commercial, of course, attracted to our Kaamatan lah. Of course, because the opportunity is there, the volume of the people is there, and then And the concern begins when the opportunity benefits only a small circle, repeatedly, not just once but repeatedly. So luckily in KDCAs, not just commercial businesses are there, but our local people also selling their products in rumah-rumah tradisi, kan? So the opportunities is there, but I think it's good if we can also promoting the artisan, the youth,
Yes.
and because local entrepreneurs nowadays not just like specific to the same community that selling in rumah tradisi and also around the KDCA, but ada banyak lagi sebenarnya yang di hujung-hujung di sana that we need to
Banyak.
reach kan.
True.
But we are there, we are getting there, I think kan.
True.
So the success, I think, for the festival should be measured by how widely the benefits are shared. Maksudnya semua orang gembira,
Yeah.
semua orang menerima benefits itu, and I'm happy being here in wherever celebration, I mean wherever the festival been held, and habis itu celebration, everyone happy about it, kan?
True.
Like speaking of which, Pepsi has always been very active. Bila dia orang buat marketing, promotion, dalam Kaamatan, like the cans always very nicely designed and all that.
Yes.
Then you have also, I think it was Carlsberg yang selalu very on board.
Yes.
But I just want to bring this to the conversation where recently, let's say, government made the announcement that they're going to ban the selling of commercial beers in the longhouses in KDCA, right?
Okay.
And most people were confused by this. Some says,
Yes.
okay, that's good because it helps local, like you said, artisan producers. But at the same time, some people think that, that means it's going to be hard to participate in the festivities and revelry in KDCA. What do you think about this development? Steve,
Okay.
maybe start you.
Okay. First of all, I was there when they were making this announcement, but not to blame, but it's just a misquote that makes the information sound like misleading. Why I say that is because actually what was meant is on the 30th and 31st, it's only from morning until the VIP session ends, like say about 3, that they will know international brand of beverages could be sold during that time, and then after that, then everyone is free to operate. One is because personally for me, actually, to really enjoy Kaamatan during 30th and 31st is starting from morning until at least 3, because basically everyone and every traditional houses are open for everyone to enjoy, and it's really they serve traditional serving. What I mean is traditional dance, traditional music, the food, even the alcoholic beverages. So actually, it's just a misquote information which leads to the whole misunderstanding that tidak ramai tea sudah pula ni. Because we have to, I mean, I don't like to say that the kadazan dusun ini suka enjoy saja, but it's part of culture. It's very hard to say no, especially like both of us, background of family, even though we are kadazan dusun, but we have restriction in terms of alcoholic.
Yeah.
So for us, no problem, but the majority.
Yeah.
So I think next time maybe that small piece of information from the timing should be really emphasized. But as I said again, I mentioned one more time, it's not wrong, right or wrong, but at least we know people are very attentive from this kind of information.
Yeah.
Okay.
But serving traditional drink
Yes.
in the cultural house, I think I agree with it, because I think that is part of a celebration in the real Kaamatan festival, I think. So people nowadays forgot about this traditional drink.
True.
Right? And recently I was in Tongod, and I was shocked because for the first time in my life, I saw tapai, which has ulat on top of it. I never seen. I'm not aware about it. But it is a traditional drink,
Yes.
traditional tapai lah. So Well, like because tapai has been like in our community ever since this celebration has been like celebrated. This is the ideal way in not just preserving our culture, but also to introduce our community again, and as a remembrance of our community that this is the real beverages,
Yes.
alcohol beverages.
Because a lot of people that commented on our social media
Yeah.
are also
Yes.
saying, okay, they banned the beer. Tapi itu tapai, itu ling lebih kuat tu. So
Yeah.
it's-
True.
I remember I went to one of this airport, international airport. I was in Bali. I was shocked because the rice wine been commercialized widely, and in fact, the way they display can compare and can beat the
International brand.
international brand. It's so nice, I tell you. But it's a rice wine. So why don't we actually, do the same thing?
Okay. So like the food and drinks, actually,
Yeah.
they can be redone in a modern way, right?
Yep.
Exactly.
A lot of bars, like even hotels, they're turning tapai or lihing,
Yeah.
using bambangan to
Yeah.
make cocktails,
Yes.
Yeah.
right? And sometimes even the sago worm, they're trying to reinvent it.
Yeah.
I believe there was a restaurant that had the sago worm
Yeah.
pizza, right? So they had a running joke where you have to be quick, if not they run off the plate, right? I think there's more that we can be done,
Yeah.
right?
True.
Okay.
It's not just that we are encouraging people to drink bakan still.
No.
All drink
Drink
responsibly.
responsibly.
Okay. So, I mean, when it comes back to the cultural practices, okay, a lot of traditional ones are slowly fading off, like bobo hizans, right? I mean, you cannot blame young people for
Yes.
not wanting to pick this practice up, okay? Some may look at it as like, because you have a lot of Christians, a lot of Roman Catholics, right? So, but bobo hizan practicing is like a tradition, right? Long, many years, many decades. So what else can we do to push this, to teach more to the younger generations that these are things that we have to do to preserve our identity, right?
Susah soalan.
Okay. For me, this is where we utilize the youth. We go back to content, and I see from recent years through content, the younger generation have the interest to know their roots, have the interest to do research, especially when there are certain individuals who did a good job in making certain content, especially like Boboizan, to another level that young people wants to know. So I always get that feedback. So for me, when we talk about Boboizan, I'm very happy to see more new faces, especially like for this year's ceremony, the 30th and the 31st, we have few new Boboizan, young Boboizan who will be part of that cultural heritage ceremony. So I still will go back to how we use technology to spread that this practice need to be continued. And for me, I'm very happy also because we have this there are actually two associations who really fight and also to preserve our tradition. So not only from KDCA, but I think that's where the teamwork being played, and as I said, never underestimate modern tools, because now I just give example for Sugandoy. I'm giving example for Dazanak, the children category. There are more participants this year,
Oh, okay.
double. So that means the younger generation understand and wants to be part of it. But for the open, it's very normal that everyone wants to be part. But for me, I look at the details from the children's side. Like he is pertandingan puisi lah kan, all this reading competition, the participants from the schools are getting more. Even last night, it matches untuk ngadau.
Wow.
People in the hall, it matches untuk ngadau, the ISAP.
Full.
So for people to say modernization might slow down or might hold back the younger generation, I will say certain individual who did a good job in content actually bring all this younger generation to be more aware, to appreciate and to be part of this unity, not only for Kadazan Dusun but also the whole Sabahan.
I was at the Borneo Native Festival over the weekend, and it really felt like a mini KDCA.
Yes.
So many Sabahans. At the same time, Sarawakians were there. And in a way, like the Sarawakians, they liked a lot of Sabahan music actually. I was surprised when it was a Sarawakian music segment. They put original Sabahan in the background. When you put in Manok Manok, all the Sarawakians join in as well. It's like the Sarawakians love the Sabahan style as well of enjoying the whole thing. So I want to put this here because it seems like Kaamatan is not just a harvest festival anymore, but it seems more like an expression of the Sabahan identity, right?
True.
Now you think of Kaamatan, you straight away think of Sabah. You think of Gawai, you straight away think of Sarawak, right? In its entirety. So where do we see the role of Kaamatan in the future based on what you've seen? In the decades to come, how would it shape Sabahan identity in your opinion? How would you think that will happen?
I think again, still believe on the understanding, personal understanding about the Kaamatan. If you understand what is Kaamatan all about, what is your heritage, what is your culture, personally you understand, then it will never leave you. It will forever in you because it's in you. Same like the Unduk Ngadau, right? How do they answer question? They will definitely can answer perfectly if they understand what's the question, and they also understand about it, how to answer, and they know how to make people understand about the answers. Again, same with our Kaamatan. If you were to bring this Kaamatan forever by maintaining the core value of it, you have to have a better understanding on yourself first, personal understanding. I think that's from me.
Maybe I'll take different angle. We were talking about branding, sales, and so on. Taking my own experience with the Youth Council, where we do sales. One of it is on the business side that can make Kaamatan not only during Kaamatan, people will remember because end of the day, just for example, we are selling our product here. Right in front of us is an auntie with tudung who sell her fried chicken, air balang, or so on. What I'm trying to say is that Kaamatan, of course, the core value is to understand how this celebration unite not only the Kadazan Dusun, but now it's the whole Sabahan, the Sabahan who is in Peninsula, the Sabahan who is in Sarawak, even through online. I think it looks simple, but it's growing. But on the business side, everyone wants to try and share profit on what market that they can enter to be shared inside during this kind of this Kaamatan festival. So I believe the celebration evolve even more, especially when we have live telecast. Because everyone is, despite some wanted to be judge, some wanted to be a spokesperson, but end of the day, for me, that's part of life. We just focus on one thing, is to be united and to celebrate this celebration together.
Yeah, but I hope this culture not just survive during festival.
No.
it must live
Yes.
in our daily life,
Yes.
so we can preserve our
Okay.
our Kaamatan forever.
So we should have more events like the Borneo Native Festival,
Yeah.
right? I mean, so that the Peninsula or West Malaysians, they open their eyes more,
Yes, true.
right? Because I think 10 or 20 years ago,
No.
Yeah.
it was, right?
Yeah.
Correct. So I think it's a progressive move.
Yes,
Okay,
it's
so-
progressing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see a lot of West Malaysians wanting to participate as well in Kaamatan.
That's right. Yes.
They were like, what is this?
Yeah.
So do you have, of course, the highlight of Kaamatan Festival is the Unduk Ngadau.
Yes.
The Unduk Ngadau.
Do you have any favorite pick so far? Or I know it's still early, but are there any that you think
Well,
have
as for
a
me, yeah.
chance to win the title this year, maybe?
As for me, I judge in a few places lah. So definitely my preference is where I already judge lah. But I would say I don't want to mention any of these participants, but I personally wish they can really do their best. It is not just about pageant, not just about going on the stage, go to the stage and then show your traditional attire and then answer the question perfectly and then that's it. What is more important is that to be an Unduk Ngadau, there is a responsibility that you need to carry for the rest of your life, which is not just promoting your culture, preserving it, but to do something in your district in helping our community to grow in this culture. So I prefer personally I prefer the Unduk Ngadau, whoever get the crown lah kan, to be able to understand not just themselves but to understand everything around them, be mindful about everything in that celebration so you can present the best of you. And another thing is that beauty can be seen, right? Macam si Steve lah, handsome, boleh nampak lah.
Too handsome.
Yeah, handsome. Boleh nampak. But what's important is that what's in you can be felt. If I were the judges, I will definitely want that value. I can feel the Unduk Ngadau, and I will be more confident about you that you can carry the responsibility, because what's in you is everything, I think. And Steve?
Yeah. If you're asking me, being involved from the past year, I always said, for those of you who are already at the final stage, they are the winner. And for me, it's their responsibility to unite everyone. Despite we are competing, but they are competing also within themselves. And as Ellyanti have mentioned just now, to pick a winner, it needs to be the total package. And that person needs to carry a huge responsibility. Lama tu 1 tahun. Lama tu 1 tahun untuk semua. Not only that crown winner, but it's the all these finalists.
Yeah.
They have carried the same weight. But still, I would repeat, if they are to unite our people through themselves, through all this district, I think that's where how we can preserve and also maintain the unity in not only celebrating, like we mentioned, the whole year. If they are the ambassador for the whole year. Ambassador
and inspiration, icon for the youth and for the women out there.
True.
The very influential lah. The title is very influential.
Okay.
So make use of that that title wisely and inspire everyone.
True.
Are any of them struggling? Because like some past Unduk Ngadaus, they have become artists and singers, releasing albums. Are there any Unduk Ngadaus that are struggling maybe financially? Those past winners. Have you came across any cases?
That I'm
So far, no.
Yeah.
aware.
For sure, I think in life there's nothing perfect.
Tiada.
But for me, if this is if they are struggle, they should open up, speak, and then I believe, not only from the district but also the state can find way to find a solution. For me, it's a way of finding solution is the best way of handling this.
Okay.
So as for our association, Persatuan Undang Adaw Sabah, as far as I remember, we never encounter all this situation lah. But if there is any, we are here and ready to help, but not as in financially, but to help them to, like we are the mediator to access them to the right agencies, and also as an association as well, we also provide a lot of training that it's a sustainable training that you can use it to earn, to develop your own family economy.
I know this might generate a bit of discussion and debate here, but recently, the past few years, I've noticed this whole narrative of siapa yang paling Sabahan, siapa yang paling dusun, paling indigenous, so on and so forth. But the fact of the matter is, a lot of Sabahans are actually quite mixed, right?
True.
Like, I'm dusun, but also I'm part Malay.
Yeah.
So you talk about, you talk about discovery, and you also talk about young people exploring and all this. So I feel like we're in this period of younger people rediscovering their identity, but navigating that kind of environment might be very difficult.
Yeah.
Like, how would someone that's maybe, let's say, dusun, one parent is from dusun, from Keningau, then the other parent's probably from Sandakan, all that, right? At the same time, carrying on these pressures, modern pressures, like uncertain world situation now. How would a prospective Undang Ngadau or even a Mr. Kaamatan navigate this very, I would say, polarized world, but at the same time, how do they navigate the identity that they have themselves? Because it's not so clear-cut. Identity is not very clear-cut, but it's very dynamic and fluid. How would a prospective young person navigate all of this?
How? Okay. I want to talk about how our elders back then in presenting themselves to the community. If you see them, if you observe how they do it, they are very humble. The humility is above all. So even if you ask them on something, the knowledge of what kan, they will always say, oh yeah, saya tidak tahu. But the moment they open up, the knowledge is there. They're very rich with knowledge, very rich of values, things like that. Same like the Bobolians and orang-orang tua, orang-orang adat. They're all very humble, I think because nowadays we are very excited about the findings. Now kita jumpa, kita punya, oh my God, this is me. I didn't know that actually this is like this big and rich and so on. So getting excited about it. And then sometimes we overlooked the how do I say? Overlook something that there is a way in saying things, and there is a way to advocate all this in a humble way. Yeah. So I'm not sure about how people, the youngsters nowadays, the youth nowadays, yalah ada itu situation yang saya lah yang paling tahu. Kalau dusun bilang, ya ko na iti, izaw na. Izaw na kayo nga bila kan. But actually it's not about it. I think kita sama-sama need to remind each other that it's not about it. It's about how humble, the humility in you, in advocating whatever knowledge you have to people around you. Because if you do it like if you are doing it that way, it's like you provoked other people that which actually ada knowledge juga. When you provoke, people will see yang it's as if like you want people to listen to you, you earn it, something like that. So yeah, humility is the key lah of all. Even if you want to advocate everything, your knowledge, things like that, humility is the mother of all.
Okay.
Okay.
For me, it's
Okay.
very, very interesting. Siapa paling original?
Siapa paling original?
Personally, of course, I think it will start with a piece of, if we're saying about Hundok Ngada or RTK, because it's a competition thing, then they will go by rules and regulation. Mix ini, mix itu. Kan?
Tapi
It
itu darah ada sudah di
terus
Sabah
saya
Koba.
bilang,
So you
it
don't need to
evolve.
claim yourself as saya lah zona itu.
That's why-
Terpaling.
That's why it's for me, that's where people tend to use this as weapon. Siapa paling
Terpaling.
original? Kan?
Original.
But end of the day, we must realize we are very unique in Sabah. Everyone is mix of whatever pun ramai. So still to solve it is to go back and to reflect and to think siapa yang paling who really preserve the culture, who really understand their roots, who really practice in their life.
Basically tiada pertandingan.
Tiada
lah.
pertandingan. Kan semua kita sama.
Yeah.
Kalau ada mix, semua kita sama.
Kalau ada kerendahan hati, you can go
Yes.
far.
I think that is the true spirit of
Yes.
being a
Yeah.
Sabahan.
True.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Doesn't
End
matter
of
of
the
the
day.
color of your skin,
Yes.
Yeah.
right? But Kaamatan doesn't belong to one group.
Yes.
Yes,
It
correct.
belongs to everyone.
Yes.
Right? Okay. But of course, the challenge now, which our elders did not have back then, is social media.
Yes, true.
Right? You say something wrong, a
Oh.
small thing, and people will go all in.
Akan di-judge lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? I think that's one of the challenges many
Yes.
young people face today.
True.
Like,
Yeah.
no one can be 100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
And
But
they will-
cyberbullying is very.
Yeah. And they will say
Very high.
hak bersuara. Right? But yeah,
Okay.
if you are, I think, use your words. Inilah juga kan, again, back to our orang dulu-dulu ini kan, even you say a single word that is not suitable, they will sogit you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Silap sikit.
Silap
habis.
satu, sogit. Reconcile immediately by the sogit.
Yes.
But nowadays, everybody has freedom to, say whatever they want in social media. And it's very challenging to control or to manage all these suara-suara yang mau diluahkan.
True.
But then again, it's back to us juga.
Yeah.
The awareness that should be spread around so we can use our words wisely. Kan?
But, I mean, yeah, it's back to the whole question like social media, freedom of speech, and people saying whatever they want to say, right? Oftentimes, the anonymity helps them get away with it, and
Yes.
largely we're told not to respond to these kinds of people, and waste of time, whatever, right? But the people that do say these kinds of things, I always feel macam, well, if they minta sogit semua ni, like you said, sogit means cooling down, kan?
Cooling down, yeah.
So they sendiri should cool down themselves, their temper juga kan, bila panas sikit, you cool down yourself, right? And I think that's one of the pieces of wisdom we can take from Kaamatan juga kan, or even the Huminodum punya legend. It's all about sacrificing a
Yes.
part of yourself to make sure that everybody benefits kan. It's a very sacrificial, very compassionate
Compassionate,
ideal,
humbling.
very humbling. And
Yeah.
like you said, it tells a lot about Sabahans. We're very giving people. We
Yes.
like to give a lot.
Yeah.
Tapi bila confront sikit pun a bit.
Aggressive juga.
Yeah, well, yeah. So yeah, I mean, coming back to, let's say, preservation and culture and all that, right? I myself cannot speak Dusun. A lot of my friends, yang even though ada darah Dusun, kadang-kadang, a lot of them can sikit-sikit je. Can only speak a
But
bit.
if you join Mr. Kaamatan,
You have to, right?
You
You have
will
to.
be forced to.
Yeah, forced to, right? But it comes to the question of preservation of culture, also preservation of language. How do we keep on promoting it, not just to people who join Mr. Kaamatan or Ngadau, these languages, but how do we make sure it becomes more general across Sabah? Because the more modernized we get, the more homogenous we become.
Yeah.
Macam everything now, Malaysia is either bahasa Melayu atau English kan. How do we open up the space for more from Sabahan languages to thrive?
I teringat melentur buluh biar dari rebungnya. So what I understand in Sabah now, we have a sekolah adat.
Yeah.
So I think to develop more sekolah-sekolah adat, so our younger generation, they are the generation who will inherit all this heritage, all this culture. From the basic, from kita punya budak-budak, the generation, that is first, I think. 2 is to make sure we use the social media platform to, like spread. We can use like, cerita-cerita dulu, the cerita rakyat like Tangon. No one is listening Tangon nowadays. Everybody has forgotten about it. And Tangon is one of the culture that actually rich with moral stories, values that actually been practiced by our ancestors long time ago, because we don't have school, but this is informal school. So what is in Tangon is that there are characters in there, all the individual characters like si Kodongkor, anak-anak, the good character, the bad character, that we can learn from here. And also it's very like, you can use it for bedtime story for kids, and use the social media platform to promote all these things. And then of course kita punya music kita already commercialized, which is good. And our language also commercialized through songs. I think just that, but the one is already like fit lah kan, memang widely been promote lah. But things like yang benda-benda yang macam like Tangon I said just now, and then our penceritaan about our culture still need to be spread around. Of course, tiada cara lain, the social media platform, and also memperbanyakkan sekolah-sekolah adat. From my perspective.
Okay. From me, under KDCA, we did speaking class from certain district, like Penampang. Every weekend, they have Kadazan speaking class, and Tampaluri, and also certain district, but for me is still finding that recipe why young people needs to learn. So we have not given up yet. The Youth Council still working very hard. Since 2015, we try to promote online. Now we do have Kadazan Dusun Dictionary, which I think that will have to be fallen under us to think about how to make people have that wanting to learn. Because if we did 1 year of series in trying to teach people online, but the response, I don't say none, but I guess that response was not during that period of time. So as I said, for KDCA, we still work on a lot of things, not only during Kaamatan, but preserving whatever under Kadazan Dusun throughout the year. Okay. So I just hope, especially like this, when we have discussion, people will still have that interest to find and to know their roots.
Okay. So it must be very tough, very challenging to reach to the younger people,
yes,
re-inspire them, right, about their roots, their cultures. Do you have any message to the young people out there that, any message for the younger audience, like about the true meaning of Kaamatan? Do you have?
Woman first.
Saya juga. Saya mau tinggal buku ni. So again, my message to the young people lah, the belia lah, and also a reminder for myself lah. Can I speak Malay?
Boleh.
Okay. Yes. So saya cakap Melayu lah. I think sebagai belia, because kita adalah orang-orang yang akan inherit budaya, inherit values, inherit semua yang ada daripada ancestors kita ke hadapan. So untuk kita to inherit all this quality, don't take for granted. If you want to do it from your heart, genuinely, and buat betul-betul, jangan separuh-separuh 50-50. Because if we 50-50 in this culture, our culture will not go far. So if we do it wholeheartedly, we can go far. And always, again, be humble in whatever you do. Be humble with what you say, and always be mindful that culture is belong to everyone, to us. There is no such thing like ini saya punya, saya yang paling tahu dan sebagainya. We complement each other in making sure the culture can go far. So good luck to all of us, termasuk belia, to bring our culture moving forward.
As for me, I don't have any specific target, but like for this year, I just speak about this year lah. Since there are a lot of content that pull out the interest of the young people, use that content to inspire yourself, remind yourself of who you are, because end of the day, if they don't understand, as I think all of us agree, if we don't understand the roots, if we don't appreciate whatever we are doing in our daily life, it's hard to move forward. So end of the day is relax kamu orang, jangan gaduh-gaduh, sama-sama lah kita celebrate ini celebration. I think that is the most important thing lah, as for today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything less to say, Dexter?
No, I think we covered well.
I mean, any closing remarks for you? Because it is the festive season. And
Yeah. I think coming back to what you said, I totally agree, right? Most important thing is to keep our harmony, right? Everyone has to try not to nitpick on little things, okay? And try not to take advantage of others. I think that's most important thing, right? And moving forward, more conversations, right? Thank you very much for coming today to share about all this, because this is very important, right? Younger people, younger generations have to keep, as long as we keep the conversation going, I'm sure culture, inspiration, that will follow through. Right?
I mean, I love about Kaamatan is it's always an experience to, like you say, rediscover your identity, learn more about the culture, right? I always feel sad when people don't look into it, the stories and all that, because they think ini bukan syok juga, bukan macam cerita-cerita di negara barat semua kan. They think that stories in the West is more exciting or something like that. But we forget too that Western stories are also rooted in their own cultural stories as well. Like there's so many similarities. Macam let's say, take for example, Dusunology, right? The Nunuk Ragang, right? It's similar to the concept that the Norse people had, the Yggdrasil, the world tree, right?
Yes.
And so you put in that comparison, like, oh, actually, we have a very sophisticated belief system, very sophisticated culture system, that I think we are the lesser for if we don't explore, if we don't look into it. So I don't see Kaamatan just as a festival to enjoy, but it's also opportunity for people. And I hope more people dive more into the essence and meaning of Kaamatan. What motivates the Sabahan to bukan kembali ke KDC, tapi kembali kepada Nunuk Ragang lah, because that's the myth kan. So I love conversation like this because it forces you to like, oh, so this is where we come from. This is our people. These are the stories we told for hundreds of years, and probably stories thousands of years older kan. So I like when it comes to Kaamatan, is that opportunity to rediscover. And I think maybe young people, my perspective is this: I think young people are becoming more aware. They have more access to resources. I just think we need to find a way to channel it into a way we create that lexicon or that repository of very developed knowledge, and like so that we can show to people that Sabah's punya identity is just as good and then sophisticated as other countries. Like Chinese, they have the Mid-Autumn Festival, right? That's a very developed festival, right?
Yeah.
So we get to that level of understanding, so deep the understanding that it is second nature to us. But we get to a point where it expresses, then maybe people in Sila like, okay, this is something we need to take seriously. The Sabahan identity is very strong.
Yeah.
So I think that's it. You want to close it off, Nexa?
Yeah. I think
Thank you so much.
all we can say is thank you very much
Yeah.
for coming today.
Most welcome.
Kotobian taro tagayo do Kaamatan.
So if any of you like this episode of the Sabah Matters Podcast, please let us know, and we can have our wonderful speakers back on to talk more about what's going on. Maybe post Kaamatan, what's developments comes out. Maybe if the selected picks won the Mr. Kaamatan. Whatever the case is, we're always going to be talking about Sabah, what matters most to Sabah, and we're glad we have people like this, experts in Sabah, to share us their knowledge. So stay tuned for the next episode.
Thank you.
Kau tahu Adan.